All right, welcome on back, everyone, to another episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issue from all councils in Scouting America, both past and present. Got a treat for you today with Adirondack 394, one of the more difficult first issues to locate. We've got some of the subsequent issues from Adirondack as well. The council was originally chartered in 1924, lasted all the way up until 2005 when it was absorbed by Twin Rivers 364 out of New York. Let's head on over to the patch table and take a look at this magnificent first issue. So the S1 from Adirondack is defined by its cut edge black border. We've got a pale blue sky. Dark blue water is the defining feature here in the first issue. Black lettering for Adirondack Council and New York. It does have straight sides and sharp corners. It is a non-standard shape and oversized patch. There is the back of that first issue. Really nice. It's a little bit unfortunate that New York in the water was done in black because the color of the water on this first issue is really magnificent. We'll see that in subsequent issues they do go to a pale blue sky and blue water, so the water gets much lighter. It makes it much easier to read the New York at the bottom, but it is a really, really nice contrast with the deep purple and the deep blue for the water on this first issue. And again, it's just not one that you get to see all that frequently. So here's the first issue. Let's go ahead and throw up the second issue, the S2, and then we'll get both on screen to compare and contrast those. So very similar patch here. The first three CSPs from the Adirondack Council all featured that cut edge border. So we don't have a rolled border, it's just a straight cut edge there. Again, black cut edge border, pale blue sky, blue water. Again, the blue water you can see is much lighter. It does make it easier to read New York. For the most part, it does look the same as the first. We see, I would say that the text here is maybe a little bit more of a bold font than on the original. Put that up in a second. We can compare and contrast. But really is the water that is the difference between these first two issues. They are the same non-standard shape. So we've got those straight sides, sharp corners. Essentially the same manufacturing process as well. The back, cloth back does look the same here on the S2. Let's see if we can get both of these up here. They are larger, maybe a little overlapping. You can see the font here is a little thinner on the original, where it looks a little thicker comparing, say, the A and D that we can see here on screen. Obviously, the water is a stark contrast. If you're trying to search out for that first issue, it is that very dark water that you're going to be looking for as the key in comparing these two. But both really look like great patches. I do prefer the darker water. Be interesting to see if they had put New York there in white font as opposed to the black font against the dark water. That is the first two issues. From there, like most councils, they do then go ahead and add the fleur-de-lis, and they added the fleur-de-lis here on the S3. Again, the same non-standard shape. Essentially looks like the S2. We've now just added a gold fleur-de-lis there at the center. Still a cut edge border as well. Again, similar manufacturing techniques here with the S3. So the cloth back looking similar there as well. Water approximately the same color there as what we saw on the S2. This one looks maybe a hair brighter, but essentially the same. And the font looks the same there between the S2 and the S3 to me. Really nice patch. And then it's not until the S4 that they actually go to what we would think of as a standard shape. So now they've taken that Same graphic from the first three. Now they've squeezed it down just a little bit to be a more standard shape. And this would be the S4. So now we have a black rolled edge border that we're used to seeing on more modern CSPs. And they've taken essentially the same graphic from the S3, put it onto now a standard shape CSP for the S4. And that's actually the first 4 issues from the Adirondack Council. Kind of close out this episode. We'll get that first issue. So all the way from the first issue to the 4th. Also gives you a little bit of the size comparison between a normal sized CSP and what those first 3 non-standard shape CSPs were. It's quite a bit taller, but a little more narrow, not quite as wide. So that is Adirondack 394. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. We really enjoy being able to bring you this content. If you're enjoying it, please do like and subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll see you back here tomorrow with another episode.